squad coming through the tunnel earlier, with the Warriors faithful anxiously awaiting their arrival on the court. Hi everybody, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. And now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. Bogdanovic is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubats in at center. And for the Warriors, they've got Stephen Curry. Jimmy Butler out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Hampton in at the 2. And for the coaches, Brent, what do you think is most important this time of year?
Well, I think just the messaging from the coaches and how they're going to continue to go back to coming out of training camp, the mantra for the season. Great staffs never let go of what it is they taught in the first 2 or 3 days of training camp. They've had enough time to understand their roster, and they want to make sure that guys adhere to the basic messages. So repeating that early and often, it's always important for teams to go a long way.
And the Clippers have possession following the score by Golden State. Butler against Leonard. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Butler. To the inside. Here's Green. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And Draymond did a good job of getting some space there and rooting himself to collect.
Here are the Clippers. 4-point game. Here's Powell. Here's Bogdanovic. Good on the 13-footer.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Here's Hampton. Playing Utah, he was nearly unstoppable. Good D by Bogdanovic. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. And Grant, the Clippers have strung together 13 straight winning seasons. But at the same time, it feels like they've left a lot on the table.
Yeah, with all their star power over that time, they've made it past the second round of the playoffs only once. And that fan base is restless.
Here's Harden. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Bogdanovic passes to Leonard. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. Zubats finds Harden. Here's Bogdanovic. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Hampton's shot is good.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him how they'll approach the matchup against James Harden. Coach told me, well, James is at his best going to the rim and operating behind the three-point line, so we want to try and force him to work in that in-between area as best as we can. They'll be following the analytics with that defensive strategy, BA. Appreciate
the report, Allie. And that one good.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Clippers trail by 8. Harden scanning the floor. Pass to Bogdanovic. Poke loose. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, number 1. Everything else comes after that.
And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Completely new group here for the Warriors. Just 5 on the clock. And so in the game for the Clippers, Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Harden. He has 6. He takes it in. Off with the layup. The Warriors lead by 20. Brent, you could hit the 3 back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does. And there's no one that produces the way that he does either.
Now here's Dunn. He's closely guarded. And there it is for him. Dunn's gotten his second bucket on the night.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
On the wing, Payton. Here's Hampton, defended by Dunn. Fader on the way. Again, Golden State.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Now here's Harden. Leonard on the wing. There's the triple. Here's Zubac. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds now. Butler passes to Hampton. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Butler. Soft touch off the glass. Butler's gotten his first basket of the night.
Yeah, more points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Dunn. Warriors with the rebound. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for them.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
Here's Hampton. He's got 7.
2 minutes.
Another shot. And he lays it in. Hampton's got 9.
And there he is. I mean, attacking the boards, converting off the misses. I mean, trying to do everything he can to secure this W.
I just don't see how you climb back into the game when you're allowing plays like that to happen. Extra work on the offensive glass.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. Graham, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out of the NBA? So it's the Golden State Warriors.
With a score, your Warriors 51, the Clippers 17.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
We've got Butler. Hampton is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Gary Payton II, and it's Green in at center, locking down the middle. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. It'll be the first of 5 games in a row at home.
And not a lot of limit to what the lefty can do. James Harden from deep.
Now here's Curry. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. 11 points in the game.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
LBA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. And no matter how many minutes he gets, Norm Powell is always ready to shoot, Brent.
Oh, man, B.A. Norman Powell has consistently been in that be-ready club off the bench. He can come in and score a bunch of points for his team and spark the offense. But this guy has been aggressive from day one, and it doesn't matter where he is. He knows his role.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Dunn. And a nice finish on the layup. Dunn's got 7 points in the game.
Now their plan working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Curry, no good.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Pass to Dunn. Powell outside. Dunn outside. Tipped away. Outside Butler. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Outside Harden. Pass to Dunn. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Hampton, defended by Dunn. Butler on the wing for 3. Hampton, and a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, heady plays like that are what Jimmy Butler is all about. He knows where the defense is.
Here's Dunn. Hampton grabs the board.
Remaining in the third.
Hampton's got 5 rebounds in the game. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Uses the glass on the layup. He's got 18.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Dunn. Good as the jump shot falls. Dunn's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Warriors have gotten 6 of 8 shots to go and looking good since the break. Payton passes to Hampton. Up and over Dunn. Here's Green. And no good. Great D that time from Zubac. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Leonard can't get it to go. And the Warriors with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Hampton. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
The Clippers shooting a very low 27% so far in this one. Harden, the pass to Zubac. Powell outside. Over to the left wing. Dunn's shot is good. Dunn's got 12 points. Golden State has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Curry passes to Hampton. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. A big difference.
71. The Clippers, 29.
And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offense.
Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac, he's checked in for Miller. Jones comes in for Eubanks. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Coffey. And it's Harden in for Mills. And so in the game for the Clippers, Kawhi is the 3 with Jones playing the 4. James Harden out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. The rebound by Post. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Shoots from the right block. And Harden with the block.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Warriors.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Dub.
Those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Here's Hampton. Good work there as it goes.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Looney against Jones. Shot clock at 6. Warriors with the rebound.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Hampton counted.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Golden State foul. Hampton. First personal foul. 15
That's
foul.
good. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good young while we all grow old. In a world where you never bite the hand that feeds you. And if he cries wolf, you can never believe him. Easy come, easy go. So they say, so we know. And in the fall, then we fall. Puppet strings. That the television telling lies to me. If a penny for your thoughts, then it's costing me. Just the luck of the draw in the... And an eye for an eye in today's economy. So they say. Be a good boy, Johnny, don't you ever play with. So they say. You gotta crawl before you walk and walk before you run. Crawl before you walk. Walk before you run.
The salary cap has been steadily increasing in my team, so today we're upgrading our starting lineup.
That's right. We've got a fresh canvas, Sasha. We want strong starters, a capable second unit, and we're just going to fill in some value here at the end of the roster. Let's start there.
Sure thing. Then let's fill our roster slots 11 through 13 with value player cards and build 2 strong waves of 5.
That's perfect. Anytime you need to sub out, you can do a whole line change. So who should we pick up for our starting center?
I'm looking at Hoop Invaders, Theo Ratliff, Strong Defender, and Lob Finisher.
Northern California, right on the bay. That's the setting for the Pelicans. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA, no one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
Look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. For the Warriors, we've got Jonathan Kuminga. Hampton out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. some question marks for Zion Williamson and the Pelicans moving forward, Shams. What is your sense of how attached to Zion the Pelicans are right now?
The Pelicans learned last year that you can build around Zion Williamson. The struggle, though, is to keep him healthy. I'm told that the Pelicans are really happy about the way Zion Williamson showed last year that he can be on the court. And the Pelicans, I'm told, really believe in Zion Williamson. But there's really no way to find equal talent if they were to ever look to trade him. So the Pelicans have to wait it out and see how they can continue to compete in the West with Zion Williamson.
Quickly, do you think they have enough around him? Do you like the parts around Williamson?
I do. The biggest thing in New Orleans, though, is staying healthy. If we see a healthy group, a healthy Zion Williamson for the entire run of the playoffs, that's what everyone, not only in New Orleans, but the basketball world wants to see.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
That one goes. Count it. And the Warriors dynasty with their core seemingly over. You never want to completely scratch them out. But, Shams, how are we going to remember the run that this remarkable franchise has had?
You could make a case that the 2017 team might be the best to ever play, and the Warriors have become an elite franchise in NBA history. It might be a while since we see a dynasty quite like this, especially with the big three of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson.
Hall of Famers, great coaching, solid ownership, they had it all. Right wing. Kicks it out to McCollum. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Bounce pass, Butler. Curry passes to Hampton. Over McCollum, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looked at, but thank you for your honesty in that one.
Well, that contact does nothing to Zion. He's just way too strong.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pelicans trail by 6. Defended by Kuminga. Murray outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. McCollum, no good.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
And the basket by Hampton. So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. And Hampton gets it to go on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight. Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
everything has to be more specialized now in the organization, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. Teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to me.
You framed that so well. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. That one good for two.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask, this is the result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of obviously lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pelicans trail by 20. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And Butler gets it to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And although they were the better team last year,
so it's the Golden State Warriors.
At the end of the first half, with a score, your Warriors 49, the Pelicans 29.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Dub in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
They've got Jimmy Butler. Curry is out there with Hampton. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Kuminga in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Aggressive move coming out of the half, penetrating into the heart of the defense.
Well, that's how to start the second half strong. Going right at the rim and building some positive momentum.
And here's McCollum for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And the basket by Hampton.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's McCollum, guarded by Hampton, looking to get it going. And McCollum with the slam.
The veteran McCollum finishing with the flush.
Warriors leading by 23. Out to the wing. Now Hampton. He's got 17. Inside.
New Orleans foul.
And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second chance points in the NBA. Number 5, the Warriors.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks. What I appreciate most about Green is his leadership. Strong vocally on and off the floor.
Murray, good.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Murray with the bounce pass. Defended by Kuminga. McCollum right side. Offline with his three.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
He gets it in there. Hampton's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And here's McCollum for 3. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Golden State's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And the basket by Hampton.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against. And that's injury.
Yeah, teams do everything they can.
Substitution.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
Well, even though he plays with a scorer's mindset, you can put McCollum in a playmaking role. He gives you options.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Jones and Williamson in at the forward position. In the guard spots, it'll be Murray and McCollum. And it's Olynyk in at the center, filling out the middle. Pass to Williamson. Outside for Murray. From 18 feet away. Warriors with the rebound. Looney's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hampton with the ball. Murray on him. Hampton misses. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Dub.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And the basket by Hampton.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Williamson looking it over. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a
a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good young while we all grow old. In a world where you never bite a hand that feeds you, and if he cries wolf, you can never believe him. Easy come, easy go. So they say, something we know. And when we fall, then we fall. Puppets, dreams. Back on television telling lies to me. If a penny for your thoughts, then it's costing me. Just the luck of the draw in the... and an eye for an eye in today's economy. So they say, be a